Okay guys, the holidays are coming up and that means lots of cozy drinks, lots of unhealthy drinks. So I really wanted to make this video and show you what I drink during the holidays with healthy drink alternatives. Okay, so like I said, this video is all about healthy drink alternatives. Now, obviously getting unhealthy drinks is something that can happen all year long, but I feel like during the holidays, it's almost like we are just more used to getting a cozy drink. It's more common. The weather's colder, so it just feels nicer, and the whole like pumpkin spice and mocha, all of that is really, really appealing during Christmas, during Thanksgiving, any kind of holiday. But if you had any idea the amount of calories and sugar and extra carbs that go into a drink like this, it can just really break your diet, even if you're not on a specific diet. So here's the thing with holiday drinks. It obviously feels really nice and cozy to have like your holiday drink, especially when the weather is cold outside. And I'm not saying to never enjoy one. I just want to give you guys healthier options so that you can really feel like you're enjoying it and not depriving yourself or, holding out, and you are kind of indulging, but just not totally breaking the bank. If you knew some of the stats or nutrition facts on these like drinks you can get at like a Starbucks or anywhere, you'd be really, really surprised. And my whole thing is, if you want that once in a while, it's okay. It's not going to be the end of the world, but don't waste your calories on drinks. Like if you want to eat that much sugar or that many carbs, at least enjoy like a piece of cake, because sometimes the drink is even worse. I think really quick, I should go over just a few quick stats on the nutrition facts of like a standard Starbucks or any kind of coffee shop, like mocha latte, peppermint mocha. So a pumpkin spice latte, just calorie wise, ranges anywhere from about 350 calories to 420 calories. This is just one drink. And most people's, on like a healthy diet, let's say you're eating a 1,500 to 2,000 calorie diet, your meal should be about 600 to 700 calories each. So just think about that. The options, basically that drink alone has 55 grams of carbs and about 50 to 60 grams of sugar. The recommended amount of sugar for anyone is like usually less than 30. I mean, the amount of sugar that we intake already from natural sources of sugar, like fruits and vegetables, green juices, smoothies, whatever you're having, already pretty much gives us all the sugar we need for a day. So having something like 50 grams of carbs and anywhere from 300 to 400 calories for a drink is just a little bit unnecessary. So if you are trying to not break the bank on your diet and not have to have January 1st come and then start the whole new year and lose the weight again, let's just find ways to sneak in cozy drinks and not feel like we're missing out on anything. So we're gonna be using Four Sigmatic. I've got 3 drinks here as options. The first one we're gonna do is a nutmeg cinnamon turmeric latte. The next one is a pumpkin spice chai latte. And the last one is a peppermint hot chocolate. And we're using Four Sigmatic packs for all of these. I'll make sure to link all of these below. Definitely click the link below this video because you can get 15% off your first order. The first one we're starting with is, the base of it is basically their golden latte mushroom mix. So obviously all of these have healing and healthy mushrooms in the mix, but you really don't notice them, and they're just adding extra health benefit. So not only are we gonna try to cut extra carbs and calories and fat and sugar and all of that in these unhealthy drinks, but I also wanna focus on getting nutrients at this time because it is the winter months, so we wanna make sure our immune system is working well, that we're staying healthy, and because we are obviously going to indulge in some things like desserts and whatever you're eating, like big dinners and family meals, having things that are helping balance that and fight inflammation and just keeping you kind of balanced are really important to incorporate also at the same time. Okay, so the first drink we're starting out with is using the golden latte mushroom mix. This is gonna be the base, and we're gonna add a little more of our own touch to make it extra holiday vibey, if that makes sense. So the base of this is turmeric, and I'm sure if you've watched any of my other videos, you know I love turmeric. It's one of the best anti-inflammatories. In fact, it's actually at medical grade. Like it can be just as powerful as a prescription medication for inflammation. So that's what I really love about it. I also like the other ingredients in here. It's got shiitake, which I love. So each mushroom pack kind of has their own blend of mushrooms. What I like about shiitake for this one is that it gives us a really nice boost of vitamin D. And in the winter months, you're probably not getting enough sunlight and enough vitamin D. So it's kind of a nice little boost that it has in there. And it's also really good for your immunity. So all around, this is gonna be a good, feel-good, immune boosting drink. We're also gonna add some more to just make it give us more of that holiday flavor. So we're adding cinnamon. I could say add cinnamon to everything because I love cinnamon, but this is gonna help balance and regulate blood sugar. So this will also help offset some of those other desserts we're eating throughout the holidays or the Christmas cookies and all that good stuff. And then I'm gonna add some nutmeg. So nutmeg gives a really nice, like warm, grounding, cozy holiday flavor, but it's also really good for you. So nutmeg not only gives you that really grounding, cozy flavor, but it's also really good for your stomach. So it can really help with symptoms of IBS. And IBS, just so you guys know, can sometimes occur sporadically. It doesn't have to be a long-term thing. It can come at times of stress. It can come at any point in life. So if during the holidays you're extra stressed and those symptoms flare up, this could be a really amazing drink. Just take one packet. We've already heated up the water in the water kettle. I always recommend filling it up about half or 3/4 away in the mug when you're using these Four Sigmatic packs. That way you can see if you want it like a more strong, potent flavor. The cinnamon and nutmeg is really to your liking, however much of the flavor you want. I really like to add a lot because these are my favorite flavors. And for any of these drinks, this one I kind of like with just water. Some of the other ones might be even a little better if you add a little bit of almond or coconut milk to make it a little more creamy. But oh, this already smells so good. I wish you guys could smell it through the camera. Let's take a little sip. Oh my God, it's so good. This is why I'm excited for you guys to try these drinks because they taste so good. So you're literally not compromising anything. You're adding health benefit and you're cutting fat and calories. One of these packs is 30 calories and 1 gram of sugar and 3 grams of carbs versus 50 grams of carbs, 50 to 60 grams of sugar, and anywhere from like 300 to 400 calories. So just kind of a simple trade-off. All right, let's move on to the next drink. So the next one is this chai latte mushroom mix. I personally love chai lattes. I love getting them even at coffee shops when they do like the chai mix. Just so you guys know, when you go get a chai drink or a chai tea somewhere else, if you double check and make sure that the tea bag they're using is just, that's where the chai flavor is coming from, is all the spices. A lot of times you can find that, but for the most part, they end up adding a liquid or a powder or a bunch of extra like added sweeteners and syrups to make it taste that good. But you can get that flavor alone from spices. It's just that, you know, most coffee shops are a business and they want it to taste as sweet and, you know, amazing as possible without actually caring about your health, unfortunately. So it's good to just kind of watch things like that. Even if you think you're just getting a tea, a lot of times there's more to it. Okay, so with the chai latte mix, usually with a lot of these drinks, I like to pick like one hero ingredient, but I feel like with this one, there's so many that I can't necessarily pick one. It has 2 different kinds of mushrooms. One is called turkey tail, which, don't be alarmed, turkey tail is vegan. It's not an actual turkey tail, it's a type of mushroom, and it has a lot of really amazing healing benefits. I really like turkey tail in the winter months especially because it has kind of antiviral properties, and specifically viruses that cause cold and flu. Actually, one quick note there. Most of the time when you have a cold, it is a virus. It's not a bacteria. You don't really need an antibiotic, just a little pharmacy tip. So this actually is going to help with certain viruses that can cause cold and flu, and this is perfect for the winter months. Probably even more appropriate if you live somewhere other than California where the weather's actually cold in the winter since it doesn't get that cold here. It's also got reishi, and reishi is really good for kind of calming and relaxing, promoting restful sleep. So this is something you could do later in the day. You can also have it midday. It's not going to make you drowsy, so you don't need to worry about that, but it does have like a nice calming effect later in the day. It's also got clove, it's got ginger. Now, clove and ginger specifically are 2 spices that are really, really good for digestion. Ginger is really good at helping if you have nausea, any kind of stomach upset. And if you look up any recipes to promote digestion when you're cooking with foods, cloves is one thing that I highly recommend adding in. It really just helps settle your stomach. So these are kind of already built in here, which is really cool. We're gonna take it one extra step and make it a pumpkin spice. So this pumpkin pie spice that I have is from Trader Joe's. If you can't find, I'll link it below the video to one you can buy online, but if you can't find it online, you can easily make this at home. I'll read you the ingredients: cinnamon, ginger, lemon peel, nutmeg, cloves, and cardamom. So this has cloves and cardamom, this has cloves and cardamom. We're really getting a specific taste for this one. But if you can buy it in this pumpkin pie spice flavor, it's so amazing. You can make your own little pumpkin spice latte. I'm gonna add the pumpkin pie spice in before I add the water. And again, because these are so healthy, there's no limit. Add whatever you want. Go to town. So for the chai latte one, I actually like to add a little bit of plant-based milk, whether it's almond or coconut. It just kind of gives it a little bit of a creamy flavor, makes it feel a little more like a latte. So you could either heat up the milk or just kind of top it on there. it will be warm. One thing to note for all of these, they obviously don't taste as sweet as you're gonna go to like a Starbucks or a coffee shop and find something. But once you kind of train your taste buds down to not wanting that like overly processed sugar, this is gonna be enough, because I used to be one that would drink those and would love them. Now, taking a sip would make me sick. And that's honestly true. It's not like I crave it and have to kind of settle for something less sweet. I don't even want that. Also, these are sweetened with a little bit of coconut sugar, so you've got that going too. I'm just gonna try a little sip. It smells like heaven. Yum. Oh, yum, so good. You guys are really gonna like this one. This one's like perfect for Thanksgiving, that time. In the one packet of this and the spices and everything we added, it's 35 calories, 2.5 grams of fat, and 1 gram of sugar. So in a grande chai latte, the calories are 250, carbs are 45 grams, and the sugar is 42 grams. So you can just see the difference here. It's obviously like a major difference. It's so bad what those drinks have. I just want you guys to notice. And like I said, this is not a video that's meant to be like, you can never have these. Like once in a while, if you want to indulge, that's completely fine. But if you are struggling with keeping off holiday weight, if you're struggling with maybe not having the exact physique you want, these are the things that are gonna make a huge difference. So it's a little bit of, you know, a compromise at first, but with all these flavors, I really don't think you're even gonna suffer. You're gonna really enjoy it. So, okay, let's move on to the last drink. I feel like I keep saying this is my favorite, but they all just taste so good. I am a chocolate lover, so I do have a special place in my heart for this one. This is gonna be our peppermint hot chocolate, is what I like to call it, because that's kind of what we're emulating. We're using the mushroom hot cacao mix. Okay, so really the hero ingredient in this, I would say, is the reishi. And like I said earlier, reishi is really good for promoting restful sleep, for relaxation. It's really good for your immunity. So this is a great one to have at night. I overall just love having this drink at night because it feels like dessert, and late night sometimes is when I get a craving for sweets, especially after dinner. I'm the type of person that just needs like a bite of something sweet after dinner, whether it's like a bite of chocolate or whatever it is, and so this can really help kind of curb that. And Peppermint Mocha is a really popular drink around the holidays, so I thought it would be fun to kind of play a spin off of that. So I have two options for this. We have peppermint drops that you can add in, or we have fresh mint. You can kind of play around with both and see what you like. You can even do both options. I mean, nothing is really better than fresh mint. It's so good for your gut. It's really good to have this after a meal too. It can help soothe like bloating and any kind of like gastrointestinal upset. Cacao is probably one of my favorite ingredients in the world. And I know that's a bold statement, and I mean it, because it tastes like chocolate. It's so good for you. It's one of the highest antioxidant foods that exists on the planet, like more than blueberries, more than strawberries. And this is basically what chocolate comes from. Now remember, on its own, cacao is a little bitter. It doesn't taste sweet. It's only sweet in a chocolatey flavor when it's added with a sweetener. So in this one, it's got a little bit of coconut palm sugar, a little bit of stevia, but still the whole thing is only 2 grams of sugar. Just gonna fill it up a little bit with the water. This one I definitely recommend doing like half water, half almond milk or coconut milk. I'm just gonna break up a little bit of fresh mint. So instead of peppermint candy canes, we're using fresh mint and some peppermint drops. Just like, now with the drops, I really recommend doing like a very little bit at a time, because the taste can be strong. So you don't want it to overpower and taste like you're drinking gum. Just do it slowly. I added 2 very small drops and some fresh mint. Oh my God, that's actually the perfect amount. Okay, it's settled. If you try this drink, 2 very small drops, I'll link all of it below so you guys know which one to get to. It's like the perfect settleness. At least start there, and then, you know, you can go forward and see how else you like to mix it up. Okay, so that was it. Those are my healthy holiday drink alternatives. I really hope you guys try these out, because I think it's gonna make a huge, huge difference in how you carry holiday weight. I don't want you to feel like once January hits, like you have to start over. I really think it's gonna make a big difference even throughout the year. So try these out, let me know what you think. Again, I'm gonna link all of these that I used. If you do wanna try these healthy holiday drinks, I definitely recommend trying the golden turmeric latte, the chai latte mushroom mix, and the mushroom hot cacao mix. So I'll link them below. You can get 15% off your first order. Okay, if you guys have any other questions, leave them in the comments. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.